Sandi Toksvig, and this is What the Dickens, the panel show that takes a lingering look at various forms of culture before cutting off the mould and eating the cheese anyway. Let's first of all star of Lab Rats, Chris Addison, and eater of Lab Rats, Sue Perkins. And with Chris Addison tonight is a writer and broadcaster who once wrote for EastEnders, having started out as an NME journalist. In fact, he wrote the notorious episode in which Dot Cotton and Dr. Legg come to blows over whether U2 sold out before or after the Joshua Tree. It's Andrew Collins. And Sue's guest is an If. Comedy nominee who's making a career out of noting and exposing all the gaping flaws in the British psyche, which makes me grateful that I'm Danish. It's Russell Kane. Right, our first round is 3 steps to heaven. Teams look at a series of photos to a maximum of 3, each offering a visual clue to a famous film, book, play or musical. 3 points are awarded if teams guess the answer from the first, rather difficult image, reducing to just 1 for the third, which is, quite frankly, too easy for words. So, Sue and Russell, you kick off. This jolly fella, you'll be astounded to learn as a milkman.
This is back when the working classes were happy. Look at him.
Can I
I'm so happy just to deliver things. Ching.
I think milk is the clue.
Milk?
Here. Something to do with milk. Yeah.
A biography for Margaret Thatcher?
OK, let's get on to the second picture. This is pipe-wielding crown green bowler David Bryant, proving that you can smoke and be a top-level athlete. OK, the key word here is bowler, and you need to think slightly laterally.
Well, bowler then, in which case would mean hat.
Oh, right, OK. It's a bit...
Hat and milk.
But it's a film, isn't it?
But it's a film, yeah. We're looking for a film.
Well, bowler hat says to me Clockwork Orange.
You are absolutely right. Tell you what, let's have a look at what the third picture was. That picture there is of...
Heaven 17.
Of Heaven, it is indeed.
Whoever took that picture would have got one of those stickers from Boots saying, "You're not framing this right."
Let's have a quick look. Milk refers to the Corova Milk Bar, frequented by the evil main character, Alex and his gang. Well, they were droogs, weren't they? His gang.
Yes. That's also the name of a band. There was a band called Corova Milk Bar.
OK, you're starting to bore me now. A bowler was the preferred headgear of the droogs as they terrorised the community, and Heaven 17 copied their name from the fictional pop group mentioned in the novel. So you were absolutely right. The answer is Anthony Burgess's controversial 1962 novel A Clockwork Orange, later adapted into a film by Stanley Kubrick. So 2 points to Sue and Russell.
That's the gauntlet thrown down.
Actually, did you know that Malcolm McDowell based his portrayal of Alex on a famous comedian of the time? Does anybody know who it might be?
Tommy Trinder.
Yeah.
No. Was it Hattie Jakes?
It's Eric Rowland. It's Eric Morecambe.
It's the bit where, during the rape scene, he goes, "Ho-ho!"
Just catches some toast while he's killing someone.
Yeah. A Clockwork Orange features a confusing language known as Nadsat. This involves an annoying woman telling you to turn left when you want to turn right. Yay! Thank you. The book and film featured a gang creating chaos in the city and wearing bowler hats, and clearly years ahead of its time, given recent events at Bradford and Bingley. Right, Chris and Andrew, let's see if you do as well. Here is your first image. That is, of course, the then future and now past US President Ronald Reagan. He's the one on the right.
This picture just is proof that they were right to shave Nancy most of the time before pictures were taken.
Let's have a look at the second photo and see if this helps you. Heavens, that looks like a hat I once wore to Ascot.
Is that a big waste of money?
It is a big waste of money.
Which is now no longer a big waste of money.
Otherwise known as the Millennium Dome.
Yeah. Reagan started Star Wars, didn't he?
How do you make the connection with Millennium?
The Millennium Falcon is a vehicle.
You are absolutely right. The answer is Star Wars. Well, I have to, for my own sake, show you the third photograph, which I like a lot. Here we can see the caves of Somerset beauty spot Wookey Hole.
Oh, very good.
Looks like, strangely, like a reverse of those evolution diagrams. There you go.
Yes, it does. Star Wars was, of course, the nickname given to Ronald Reagan's nuclear strategic defense initiative during the early 80s. The Millennium Falcon was the spacecraft commanded in the film by Han Solo, alongside Chewbacca. Oh, I love Chewbacca, who was indeed a Wookiee.
He was a psychiatric nurse. Peter Mayhew, I think his name was. Yeah.
Who, Chewbacca?
Yes, and he's a huge bloke, massive, great bloke, huge hands, enormous hands.
Did you dress like that on the ward? It's no wonder people went crazy. So you get 2 points as well. Anybody see Star Wars as a child?
The first time I'd ever taken a girl to the cinema was to see Star Wars.
That's such
in
a geek
1978.
Classic chick flick.
Yeah, Jackie Needham, and
Is that what happened during the date, or is that her name?
not so much a name, more a feed line.
What's the first one? The one where Princess Leia had that hilarious haircut?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, the Danish.
I used to do that with my dog's ears, the Cocker Spaniel's ears. You can get them into a Princess Leia like that.
Carrie Fisher had to have her breasts taped down so that she wasn't too attractive to the young boys they expected to go and see
down
the
at the
film.
sides of her head. Like that.
Is it true that Darth Vader had a West Country accent?
Yeah,
Yes.
he did
I
talk
am your
like that.
father, Luke.
No!
You can
it's
see why
Dave
he was so
Prowse, isn't it?
upset. Luke, I am
Dave
your
Prowse.
father, I'm also your brother.
If you are a Star Wars fan and are thinking of spending the weekend watching all 6 movies back to back, do warn your girlfriend first. What am I saying? Girlfriend, why would you have one of those? I can tell you at the end of that round, both teams have got 2 points. The second round is called Yes, and I'm Mickey Mouse. We introduce a member of the public who just so happens to share his or her name with a famous character from literature, film, or song, and the teams have to identify who he or she is via a series of cunning questions to which the answer can only be yes or no. However, teams have just 90 seconds to carry out their cross-examination, after which they must give an answer. So, Sue and Russell, you're going to start. Let's meet their fictional namesake. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome to our mystery guest. Now, our guest shares her name with a popular character who appears on celluloid. And for the audience only, here's who she is. Oh, little frisson there.
Get that reaction.
Right, Sue and Russell, you've got 90 seconds. Questions that can only be answered with yes or no.
Are you American?
Yes.
Are you alive?
Yes.
Are you known primarily for comedy?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit?
No.
Are you in a series of films, this character? Does it occur in more than one movie?
Yes.
Is it very current? Is it movies that are still
Yes.
coming out around?
Just to be really clear,
Yes.
there is a movie, but there's only one movie, but there's a series of other things. Just to be really clear, because...
Right.
That's cleared that right up.
Are you Marjorie Simpson? If you gave it away. I've never been so excited. It's completely disproportionate. I've got to go and examine the whole of my life and work out why I'd be so overwhelmed by
How
it.
did you understand? You two speak twin speak or something?
Because you said there's one film and there's lots of other things going on. I thought, right, it's just had a film, and I thought The Simpsons
I
film.
so wanted your next question to be, are you yellow? Which I... Yes, this lady is the namesake of Matt Groening's gravel-voiced temptress, Marge Simpson. So 2 points to Sue and Russell. Well done. That's fantastic. Are people surprised when they say, what's your name, and you say it's Marge Simpson?
They normally say, "Are you real Marge Simpson?"
Yes, I am.
It comes mostly from the children.
All right.
Who are called Lisa.
Well, thank you very much, Marge Simpson. Marge Simpson famously has a huge beehive of blue hair. And what a scary night it was for Homer when he found out that the collars and cuffs did match. Right. Chris and Andrew, here's your mystery guest. Hello there. Now, I can tell you that he shares his name with a character from literature and film.
Right.
And for the audience only, here is his given name. So, your minute and a half, Chris and Andrew, begins now.
Okay, are you gay?
No.
Right, okay.
Are you British?
Yes.
Are you from classic literature?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you the main character?
Yes.
Are you David Copperfield?
No.
Are you a Charles Dickens character?
No.
Are you in the 17th century?
No.
No.
Are you in the 18th century? No. Are you in the 18th century?
Jump to the 20th. Jump to the 20th.
What I'm saying, okay. Are you in the 20th century?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are you Jeeves or Worcester? Are you Gandalf?
Am I?
Gandalf.
The look of hope on your face then.
Are you Marge Simpson?
Are you on the...
Oh, you've run out of time. It's a central character in a classic piece of literature.
And also
His
a
name
film.
is not in the title.
It's also a film.
Okay. Is it an Orwell book we're talking about?
Yes.
Why did I say that? Is it Winston Smith?
It is. Yes, this gentleman is in fact Winston Smith, namesake of the downtrodden central character of George Orwell's 1984. Did your parents, Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
No,
presumably...
I was named after Churchill because I was born in the war, in the wartime.
What if...
The nurse that delivered me apparently said I looked like Churchill.
was it the cigar?
But all babies look like Churchill.
Thank you very much, Winston Smith. Towards the end of the novel 1984, Winston Smith is forced to recite the sum 2 + 2 = 5, an act which completely destroys his spirit, although it does earn him a B in his maths GCSE. We're off for a quick break, but in the meantime, can you at home solve this teaser? Which major rock star was refused permission to adapt 1984 as a full-length theatrical production? See you after the break. Welcome back to What the Dickens, where before the break I asked which major rock star was refused permission to adapt George Orwell's 1984 as a full-length theatrical production. Does anybody know?
David Bowie.
It was David Bowie, who failed to gain permission from Orwell's very protective widow, Sonia. Next up, it's Love It or Loathe It. Now, this is the round where our guests choose a book, a play, or even a work of art, which is either an object of affection or derision, and the opposite team cross-question them, both about why they might adore the chosen work and why they might despise it. They must then guess where the truth lies. Now, Russell, you are up first. What is your chosen work?
I've actually brought my copy with me
OK.
of James Joyce's Ulysses.
Are you going to love it or loathe it first?
I'm going to talk about why I love James Joyce's Ulysses.
Well, you don't need to convince me, but you've got to convince the gentleman on the other side. For Chris and Andrew, here is why he loves it.
This is a book with so much in it for the potential writer and anyone who loves creative use of language. 30,000 different words, individual words. As a child growing up as a borderline chav, I used to collect new words and keep them on cards, words that I never encountered before, and learn all the cognates and make maps of them on the wall from this book. I absolutely love this book. It's high modernism, and of course, when you read the Molly Bloom monologue, it's porn writing in an acceptable format. Molly is the final part, or episode, as academic scholars call it, at 18, Penelope, drawing intertextual references to the Penelope of the original Odyssey.
There's more to you than your Primark T-shirt suggests.
It really is £3.
Yeah. Have you got any questions about his tremendous love for this?
I'd like you to name one other chav who learnt cognates.
Shall we see how Russell fares on the other foot? He now has to persuade us that he loathes Ulysses.
OK, I thought I was going to absolutely love Ulysses. I hate it. I hate James Joyce. This is an impact from where I gave up on my undergraduate degree. It hit the wall and broke the spine, and I've kept it to remind me about how much I hate Ulysses. Finnegan's Wake, which comes after it, is unreadable. I don't even think James Joyce has even read it. He just typed it like that. What about this sentence? Fliggly, 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 flig. I can't stand it. And I only read Molly for cheap kicks, which is why I got to the end. Ulysses and Joyce, very overrated.
I think it's rather a difficult one, this one, actually. I have my own views on this book, which rather colour what I think. But do you think he loves it or loathes it?
I find it amazing that you finished it and didn't like it.
You're saying that in order to finish the book, you would have to love it. Is that your...
I think you'd have to be some kind of odd masochist to finish a long book that you didn't like.
I also think that I've never seen anybody more animated outside of one of Jim Henson's productions than Russell explaining how much he loved that.
I'm going to have to press you a decision.
I think he loves it. What do you think?
I think so, yes. I think he loves it.
Can you reveal to us whether you love it or loathe it?
Oh, the suspense. If only Ulysses was as long as this. Oh. I hate it. I hate Ulysses. I want to smash it in.
What's up to hate? The events of the book take place in a single day, during which one character picks his nose and another tears up an envelope and later points out a dent in a friend's hat. But rest assured, it's not just action all the way. I hate that book. I really...
Yeah, when he fries the kidney, it's so annoying.
Nightmare. Right, Andrew, it's your turn. What have you chosen to love and to loathe?
I have chosen the Carry On canon.
Are you going to love it or loathe it to begin with?
I'm going to love it to begin with.
All righty. Here we go. See if you can persuade Sue and Russell.
There are 29 films made in 20 years between 1958 and 1978. They're not all brilliant, but as a canon, and this is what I'm talking about, they are an amazing monument. They understand the British psyche. They present a social history of this country. Carry On Sergeant is about national service at the end of the 50s. They go through, you get Women's Lib coming through in Carry On Cabby, followed through in Carry On Girls. These are not just films about breasts and bottoms, although that is included in the journey. And it was never important to me. I saw them growing up, and I grew up with these films. I've watched them again and again. I watch them now. I'd sit and watch it right now. Carry On Screaming I would watch now. And I would love every bit.
The feminist angles of which films did you cite?
Well, Carry On Cabby is about a male cab firm being threatened by a female cab firm. In that film, as in all of them, they present the men as idiots throughout.
They're the
ugly old idiots.
They're the movies that gave us the noise. How sexist do they need to be?
We need to move on to the bit that I'm looking forward to, which is loathing the Carry On films. So off you go.
There are 29 Carry On films. I saw these when I was growing up. I saw them when I was about 8, 9, 10 years old and thought they were the funniest things I've ever seen. I've watched them again in my adult life. These are sexist films. They do not stand up to the test of time. They should be locked away. They should not be watched in this century. They are appallingly degrading films.
Oh, that's harsh.
They are. Women come out of them as just decorative objects. Yes, they cover feminism in Carry On Girls, which is about a beauty contest. So most of the way through it, you're looking at women falling out of bikinis. So it's a very clever kind of, we're anti-sexist because we're showing that women have got bosoms, but at the same time we're going to pretend that it's about Women's Lib, burning bras. It's not about that at all. These are films that should be locked away. I loved them growing up. That's the important thing. I loved them once. I no longer love them.
Right. Any further questions before we make up our minds?
I'm closing in on making up my mind. What do you think? I mean, again, it's all been about the sort of, the politics and the polemic. Yeah. I think you love them. I think this whole thing that they're sexist is ridiculous. Of course they are, and they're brilliant for it. And that the Benny Hill thing of the little man dwarfed by enormous breasts. Who can be offended by that?
Not me.
Not me either.
So you're going to go for loving, are you?
I think you do. I think you've watched them as a boy and you still love them.
Intelligent enough to filter them through the context of their time. I reckon you love them.
Andrew, reveal to us whether you love or loathe them.
I'm not even sure myself now. I know that
living your life for so long.
The audience love them. I know that.
Khyber, you love it. You love it.
Good work.
A new Carry On film is currently in production. It's called Carry On London. And look out for the hilarious Keep Fit scene where Boris Johnson's bikini top flies off. So I can tell you that at the end of that round, Andrew and Chris have got 3 points, but at the moment in the lead. Sue and Russell have edged ahead with 8. We reach our final round, Losing the Plot, where captains have to communicate the plots of well-known works to their teammates without mentioning any names or places and without alluding to the title in any way. That teammate has just 90 seconds to guess as many titles as possible. Now, Russell and Sue are in the lead, so they get to start.
Being rubbish, I can feel it.
Okay,
For Russell to guess, and it starts now.
Hey, they're wise guys. Film. Hey, I got a leg.
Goodfellas.
Yes. You talking to me? You talking to me?
Taxi Driver.
Oh, there's 3 things here. It's like a Christian allegory written by a man. Oh, it's for kids though, so they won't notice. Will they? There's
Narnia. Chronicles
yes,
of Narnia.
but what's it called? There's a thing. It's
Prince
the first
Caspian.
one. No, it's a.
Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe.
Yes. This is a 357 Magnum, not a Magnum. That's
Oh,
silly.
Dirty
You
Harry.
can't kill people with that. Yes. I'm an eponymous Roman anti-hero. No, I'm an eponymous Roman
Gladiator.
anti-hero. No, I'm an eponymous
Julius
Roman
Caesar.
anti-hero. I'm an old film. There's a homosexual.
Frankie Howard.
No. A homosexual allegory involving, I think, oysters and something else. And they got into a foot spider. It wasn't called a foot spider. It was called a vomitorium.
I can't remember.
So you got 4 points. So you, in fact, have 12 at the moment. Now that means that you need to get 10 in order to
Game on.
in order to win. You've got 90 seconds, starting now.
Right, it's about a cute alien who wants to...
E.T.
Yeah, I'm just a poor boy, but nobody loves me.
That's Freddie Mercury, that's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. Oh, look, here are a series of stories about a town in the southeast of this country that we're in now, where a bunch of pilgrims are going. It's a version of film, though.
It's the Canterbury Tales.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think this is set in the deep south of America, and it's about a court trial.
It's To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, that's right. I met her in a club down in
Old Soho. That's
Soho.
Ray Davies, The Kinks. That is Lola.
That's right. This is the book that was being carried at the time that one of the members of a Liverpudlian quartet was shot.
Oh, well, that's John Lennon, but I don't know what he was carrying. Oh, was it Catcher in the Rye?
That's correct.
Oh, yes. That's it.
This is a man feigns madness to try and get out of the
That's
army.
One Where the Cuckoo's Nest. No, that's Catch-22,
That's
isn't
it.
it?
Yes,
Yeah.
everybody did it. Everybody stabbed the victim.
Oh, that's Murder on the Orient Express.
That's correct.
You only need one more.
And in this one, a pond animal is done for drink driving.
Oh, that's A Wind in the Willows.
Yes! In your face, Perkins! In your face!
Oh, my eyes!
That's horrible.
I have
What was the point of Clockwork Orange if it was to come to this?
Sue, I have some solace for you.
There's no solace.
Hang on, it's a quantum of solace.
I'm afraid we have to.
What does it mean?
We have to disallow. We have to disallow To Kill a Mockingbird because you said America, which is a problem.
I didn't even know he said that.
And therefore, it's a tie.
We'll take that.
What that all means is that at the end of the show, it is a tie. It's 12 points each. Well done, everybody. This has been What the Dickens. I've been Sandi Toksvig, and I'm off to the George Surratt exhibition to join up all the dots. I'll see you there. Good night.
And catch the Sky Arts Quiz Hour from 7 next week. With classic masterminds, then What the Dickens at 7:30. Up next tonight on Sky Arts 1 and Sky Arts HD, Artland USA is getting unique.